Hey gang, welcome to the Cross-Eyed Texan. I was just on the Facebook group Shave Dad, and they were talking about the logic behind putting a mild blade in an aggressive razor and a sharp blade in a mild razor. For the most part, I agree with that, but there's one that I've been wanting to try since I started using feather blades. This is my Vikings blade Odin. It's a TTO. It's a really attractive razor, and so far it's built well. There's a lot of people say that this is just a rebranded thing from Alibaba, but this actually weighs about 15 grams more. But I don't want to start that debate because I'm tired of it. But this doesn't feel like the same thing. Regardless, I just bought it because it was like 20 bucks, but this thing could not cut the cheese. So what I've done and what I've been meaning to do was to test it with some feather blades. Because I hardly ever used feather blades because I was scared because they're feather blades. And people talk about these like they'll cut your head off. Any razor blade will cut you. But I've got my brush soaking, and since I do consider this an equipment review, and this is my standard procedure if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, we're going back to Tabak. And I'm just going to load this from the container, so it's going to be clanky and loud. That's how I like it, clanky and loud. And I probably need to trim my mustache when I'm done with this video. So I've got a sink full of hot water. My face prep was I let the dog lick my face. I'm just kidding, I don't have a dog. $15 brush. I really like these $15 brushes from Amazon. They're really good. It's a Best Badger. It's not, anything crazy. I'm going to put some extra water in here. And then before I start the shave, I'm going to wet the face. I don't have a whole lot of growth. I was going to shave this morning, but when I'm up getting ready for church, I want to concentrate on getting ready for church. I like to be still and quiet and try to keep the, things to a dull roar, but that's kind of a spiritual reason why I do that. So hope you guys are doing well. Because I certainly am. I feel great. Now, I've gotten so mad at this razor that in the middle of the shave, I just kind of chunked it aside and finished the shave with another razor. I hate shaving with this razor. I had to go over things so many times it would irritate my skin because it's just not there. You can look at that. See the exposure. There's not much. And there's even less of a blade gap. But it sure is pretty. Alright, so let's wet the face. And let's see if this works out. The reason I don't do hard and fast logic on shaving and razors and blades and stuff like that, and why I think it's kind of a bad idea, is because this is an intensely personal thing. It's hair thickness, and if your skin's dry, or if it's oily, if it's sensitive, or if it's, look like a reprint of the Book of Lamentations or something, just really dry. You look like what was that guy's name that was in City Slickers? Whose face just looked like leather. Jack Palance. I think that's what was his name. I'm going to be shaving the stash off here pretty soon. It just needs to grow back out again. It looks like crap. Alright, so we're going to put that down. I want to dry my hands off because Tabak is extremely slick. you know, it's only a $25 razor, so I'm not all upset. I see some stubble in there. Rat farts. There went my shaving brush. I'll be rinsing that out real quick. Get my face dry. Okay. That is the absolute best this razor has ever performed. And while I'm stopping for a second, I don't care what anybody says, these blades are just as sharp as feather, and they don't get no love. If this continues, I may have to add this to my rotation. Alright, so let me rinse this brush out since it fell on the dadgum floor. See, the problem with using a razor that's too mild is that you're going to end up having to go over the same spots over and over and over again, potentially. And that's going to irritate your skin. You have to find the combination of what's right for you so you can go over it as few times as possible. That's what irritates your face. That's why those 5, and I'm reading about 6 blade cartridges, it's like running over your face with a bush hog. It's too much, but I don't. You've got to find what works right for you. There really isn't any hard and fast rules in wet shaving. Well, don't shave drunk. That's probably a hard fast rule. Don't shave drunk. Don't drink and shave. A little water on your face. All right, so drying off my hands. So now we go ATG, against the grain. Okay. Okay, now we're getting back to my complaints. This razor doesn't have enough blade exposure. Period. End of story. And I can feel my face being irritated this very second because I've had to go over it. This right here is me. I screwed that up. Forgot to stick my tongue in my chin. Okay, I will say that is the best this razor has ever performed. And it was, I have a cabinet door down here and this thing was way in the back. Last time I used it, I was like, piece of crap, and I shoved it back there and I just shoved myself in the face. I shoved it back there and I haven't touched it since. But when I saw the deal on Shaved Out, I was like, man, I gotta try that. And I have to say, that's the best it's ever done. I think this might, and I'm going to try it, I think this might be a good day-to-day. If I had to shave every day, that might be a good day-to-day razor. So the conclusion is, yeah, to an extent. Because even if you put a good blade in a razor that doesn't have enough blade exposure, meaning the blade is not sticking out far enough and there's not enough gap between that and the safety bar, you're still going to have to go over it more than you would with a more aggressive razor. And I've said it before and I'll say it till the day I die. 90% of wet shaving is technique. And 90% of technique is practice, practice, practice. Okay? That's what it comes down to. Practice, practice, practice. But I'm going to give this razor some more shots and see how it does. Oh, I grabbed my rag. So we'll try this razor again with a soap that's not as good, because I want to see how it does with something that's not quite as good soap-wise and see how it feels. But we're not done with the shave yet. My face feels more irritated. I can feel it. It feels more irritated now than it did with my Game Changer. And that's my main razor. I mean, when I first got the Game Changer, I was half scared of it. Now I can shave with it quick. But it did really good. I'm getting a little bit of feedback, not too much. Not as much as I thought. Yeah. So this little thing with the right blade in it may not be too bad. I'm going to have to run through this again and try it with some of the new blades I've started using, like the Gillette Green 7 o'clock Super Stainless. I want to see how it does with those. I'm very excited to try it. This has been quite enlightening. And I'm knocking stuff off my shelf. You know what? I'm going to use this Sharp Dressed Man Balm. I have a completely different fragrance on, but I don't care. All I got to do today is read. I'm almost done with a book on doctrine that I've been reading, so I want to finish that up if I can tonight. And that just cooled it right down, ladies and gents. Well, hey guys, thanks for watching the shave. If it was interesting or helpful or funny, or if you think I ought to find some other way to do stuff, leave me a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a few fragrance reviews, and I'm going to talk about one of the best fragrance mistakes I ever made. And I cannot wait for it to start getting cooler so I can wear this mistake. God bless you guys. Don't just take care of yourself. Take care of somebody else. That's where the reward is. Blessings to y'all. Have a good day.